You are aged 45 years and above, or maybe you are a little bit younger. Anyway, at the end of the day, even if you are 16, you're gonna hit 45 years old, okay? So this is a video appropriate for anyone who is watching this video. So don't click away, okay? So point is this: if you're aged 45 years and above, there are some of the things that you ought to do so that you don't get yourself in what we call the retirement regrets. And I bet you understand what I mean by the retirement regrets. You might get yourself in a situation whereby you retired and you have to rely on your kids to feed you, dress you, and maybe perhaps pay your rent if you didn't manage to buy your home or maybe build your home or something of sort. And by the way, if they consider you retired at 60, you got yourself clean 15 years to go from today. And these are the things that I want you to do. So let's get into the business. But remember one thing, I do share these videos with you for free. The only thing that I want or need or request from you in return as a favor is to, like this video. There is a small button there like this. Just click like this video. Doesn't cost you anything, that's for sure. And by the way, down below there is also a button written subscribe. Hit that subscription button. It is free and you'll be notified whenever I upload a new good video. Let's get into the business. Now, here, I'm going to deal with two individuals here. We have could have dealt with three, but let me just deal with two. Okay, so we have the individual A, and here we have the individual B. Okay, both of them are 45 years. Okay, 45 years, and this one is 45 years. Okay, so now the point is this: the individual A, in a situation whereby they have managed to save, or not really saving, but rather they have a job, they have a stable source of income, okay? They're somewhere, maybe they work, maybe they're employed, they have a business that they're running. It's not really making much or outrageous amount of money, but it's somewhere. So the guy can actually say, hey, guess what? At the end of the month, I'm expecting an X amount of money. Okay, fine. That's that kind of an individual. You have a family and all those kind of things. For me, I'll dwell on finance. They have an individual B on the other side. It's the same age. This person does not have a stable income. Stable income. When I say stable income, this is what I am referring to. You see, there are these people who usually get, day-to-day gigs. Today you have the gig, tomorrow you don't have the gig, and all those kind of things. So it's like you being a mason in Kenya, or maybe in Africa. You can relate to what I'm saying. We usually call them, handy jobs or vibaruas. That's what we call them in Swahili. So there are these jobs that you cannot really predict. Let's say maybe you're a plumber, you're an electrician. Today you have a job. The other week you do not have. The other week you have a very big project, you got yourself some money and all those kind of things. Okay, so let's use a very simple words. So the B1 does not have a stable, predictable income. The other one has a stable, predictable income, and we're gonna treat these two people differently. Okay, and I'm assuming both of them, they have a good character in terms of the savings and what have you. Hey, I've been talking about financial management and all those kind of things. So by now, I bet you must be getting some few things about financial management and want to, or maybe if you're watching this video for the first time, that is exactly what I do. That's why I told you must do what? Subscribe to this video. Now, this is the point. So, depends on what amount of money that you earn at the end of the day. Amount varies. You can be making 30, 50, 100, 200, 2 million, or all those kind of things. So, therefore, if the amount varies, then the targets and the goals varies. Now, first of all, getting back at the back of your head, that goal that you're looking for. Now, we said both of these guys, they have 15 years to go. 15 years to go. When I say 15 years to go, I mean like until you're regarded as retired. But if you employ yourself, you can work until you cannot be able to do so. So the other one also has the 15 years to go. Now, the question is this: what can you do magically in these 15 years? In this case, two cases regard, so that at least you can do something. Now, this is the point. There's something that you're supposed to do and understand. At this particular age of 45, you're supposed to forget about what people say, okay? We usually say ignore what we call spotlight effect. Spotlight effect. You know what's a spotlight effect? Spotlight effect is when you think like everyone is looking at you. It's like you having a sort of like a small toe pants in town and you're moving around and you think like everyone is noticing that you have a toe pants somewhere. Or maybe you didn't brush your shoes and you're walking in town or a city and then you think like everyone is concentrating on your shoes and they're looking at what you're doing and why didn't you brush your shoes and all those kind of things. So that's called the spotlight effect. At this particular age, you're supposed to forget about the spotlight effect. Number two, remember what we said last time. We said when you're at 20 to 30, you know what you do? Try many things. Try many things, okay? When you're at your 30 to 40, guess what you ought to have done? You ought to have learned from somebody. Follow somebody, follow somebody and learn from them. Anyway, as somebody who is actually doing, if you love to make content and you're watching me, and then you can learn one or two on how to make content or all those kind of things, okay? Follow somebody so that you can learn from them. So after you hit now your 40 to 50 50, here you're supposed to do things that you understand. Do that what you understand. There's no time to trying things and all those kind of things. Do that what you understand. For example, if you're at 45 years old, you're a plumber. That particular point, you must have made yourself good connections. Therefore, consider and ask yourself, how can I make myself a brilliant future in terms of finance with regard to the plumbing job that I'm doing? At that particular point, what am I driving to? I'm driving at what we call appreciating where you are, appreciating your career or something of so. When I say appreciate, I don't mean like if you're making 1,000 bob in a day. I don't mean like you feel like this is now comfortable. No, look ways on how you can be able to expand and leverage on your job, or should I call it scale it down so that you can make more. But you see, when you actually accept, I think I should have used the term accept. See, when you accept the situation that you are, you actually ease the burden of depression, stresses, and all those kind of things. So accept where you are, but do not appreciate. I bet the correct term here should have been accept where you are. When I say appreciate, it's like you sort of admitting that you are defeated. See, accept. Okay, accept where you are. See, if you accept, you easen the burden deep inside of yourself. If you can manage to save at this category, maybe let's say you are employed, maybe you earn 50 or 60 or 100, or even some people even at this age are earning 15,000. Some even are earning 10, because some of them are security guards and all those kind of things. At least save 20%. This is where we say you must save 21%. At this category, we say you must save 20%. And the other mistake that I usually see when people are realize that this particular category, you realize you are not yet stable financially, but you're producing baby day in, day out. You're supposed to be very careful. At this category, you're supposed to focus on making sure that at least your future is secured. So you must actually set aside 20% of your income towards an investment that will actually secure your future. The other thing I said, when you're at this particular age of 45 years and above, know one thing: anything that it can work, with regard to what people will say out there, go pick it up. See, when you're young, when somebody tells you, hey, you can sell this, you can sell the other, you usually feel like, hey, what will people say? Hey, I'm a graduate and all those kind of things. I remember when we graduated, we were feeling kind of the same thing. When somebody tells you, hey, you can go out there and you can sell this, you feel like, no, come on. Everyone knew that I was in university, and now they see me hustling out there. They will be like, what the heck am I doing? You get? And then maybe you're the firstborn, you have some siblings behind you. You are like, if they realize this is what you're doing, and you're telling them to go to university or whatever, and then they ask you, okay, I go to university, I do what you're doing. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes it is just torture. And that's why I say you're supposed to migrate from where you live, go to a different place, so that at least you may have a whole new set of people who do not know you. Therefore, you can do anything that you want that is out there, which is making you money, provided it's legal. So at this particular point, don't be choosy. All right, don't be choosy. Don't be choosy. Meaning, pick that thing that it can make you money. You may not love it, but it's doing something. It is paying your bills. Do that exactly thing. And again, the other thing that you're supposed to understand at this particular age, the choice of your friends. Choice of your friends. You see, choice of the guys whom you actually having, choice of your friends. That really matters a lot, because these are the guys who will sell you ideas on what you can be able to invest on and exactly where you can supposed to head, so that at least by the time now see, they always say birds of a feather flock together. So associate yourself with people who know something that they can be able to help you and also take you to the next level, so that you can progress and grow yourself financially, be it either financially, socially, or spiritually, whichever the case that you're actually looking for. Now, at this particular age, you're supposed to understand one thing. Hey, if you're making 30,000 at the end of the month, now ask yourself, how can I do, or what can I do with this 30,000, so that at least I can save a certain percentage? Pick a thing, and therefore ask yourself, okay, fine, maybe I have a partner, maybe I'm married or something of sort. Then ask yourself, how can you leverage of you having a partner, so that at least you can be able to invest and grow together and progress to the next level? Those are the questions that you're supposed to be asking yourself day in and day out. Now, if you see, now the problem that I usually see with the people who are aged at these 45 years and above, if you realize you're not stable, you have not saved nothing, and actually time is running out, what you do is that you shift your focus to kids fully and say, hey, I'm gonna use my kids as a retirement plan. And on top of that, you start asking yourself, or start thinking sort of, okay, fine, I think I consider myself a failure, I cannot do anything, time has run out, and all those kind of things. So you switch to taking alcoholism, you switch into taking drugs that actually deters you from actually knowing and being in touch with the truth and reality, that ain't gonna solve you nothing. That will get you into lots of problems that can actually be very hard to actually reverse them. So aged 45 years and above, I know there is always that mind rush. There is that rush, especially when you compare yourself with other people. Perhaps that should have been a point anyway. At this particular point, compare yourself with others in a healthy way. Compare yourself with others in a healthy way. Okay, in a healthy way. So what do I mean by in a healthy way? In a healthy way simply means, okay, fine, compare yourself with others with regard of you learning from them, not with regard of saying, hey, I do not have this, they have everything. You get what I'm saying? For example, you see, this is life and is full of and expectations. You might be at 45, you've never even invested, you do not even have a job. Sometimes even you're even relying on some guys whom you did school with, and they were performing maybe sometimes way less than you. They have employed you. They are flossing with these big cars, and they have mansions and what have you. But there you are, you're still unstable, trying the best as you can to make sure that your ends meet. So at that particular point, you see, comparing yourself with that regard, then you get yourself into stressful lifestyle. But if you were to focus on the things like, okay, fine, I am 45 years old, I have a partner here, or I have somebody here who has achieved this and this. If you can just be able to swallow the pride, okay? Swallow the pride first, okay? The other thing is that swallow the pride. If you swallow the pride, it means that you can be able to go down to them and ask them, hey, you know what, sir? How exactly did you do it? And then perhaps maybe I do this and this and that. You see, at this particular age, you must have also learned things to do with the association and the skills and all those kind of things. So the point here is this: learn how you can approach people. This way of approaching people. You remember when you are a teenager and you didn't have anything, maybe you graduated, or maybe you're something of sort, or do teenagers graduate actually? Okay, you are young, and the way you approached people, you were saying, hey, hello, I come from a humble background. By the way, I was looking forward if I can secure a job that I can be able to support my mama, or support my baba, or support my grandmother, or something of sort. I live. It's all about you, how unfortunate you are with regard to life. In that particular case, you're presenting yourself as a needy individual. And I always correct people: never present yourself or never package yourself that way. First of all, start with what you're capable of. First of all, identify the person whom you're having a conversation with. You see, with the case regard, I bet you must have learned that thing. So going to people and trying to do what we call getting pity out of them instead of them considering you as a valuable individual, that's the biggest wrong mistake that you can. For example, I remember back when I was painting, for those guys who have been with me for quite a long time, when I was painting, but I was a graduate and I was doing the painting because it was the only available job that I had at that particular time. So I remember there was a time I approached quite a wealthy individual whom I was doing the painting. And by the way, that wasn't my job. I hadn't been employed. So I did approach this guy and I saw, hey, this guy, he has actually something that I can be able to be of help to him. And then I approached him. I told him, excuse me, sir, hello, good morning. Good morning. My name is Joseph. I'm glad meeting you. And by the way, thank you for the opportunity of me working in this place of your stay. Oh, thank you. He was actually shocked that I was communicating in English and I get myself on overall and what have you. Because obviously, there's this stereotype, all those guys who are doing that job, they're not learned and stuff, what have you. Okay, fine. I went ahead and said, hey, I noticed that there is an ongoing project somewhere. It's quite an amazing, and by the way, congratulations. And I thought, hey, I am good at this and this and this. By the way, I'm a graduate. I qualify with this and this and this, and I can be able to be of help on this and this and this and this. And by the way, as of now, I'm doing this job, of which I appreciate. But if I can get something, you see, I present your before. Yeah, I had the needy state of myself at that particular case, but I presented myself as a valuable individual. So if you present yourself as a valuable individual, then wrap it up with you needing that specific thing, then everything becomes okay. Rather than just presenting yourself as a needy individual, they feel like you're sort of a liability or a luggage or something of sort. So that is how you're supposed to present yourself when you're at 45 years old. Before you start saying, I have 6 kids, yesterday they never ate, and I have a wife, a pregnant one, I have 3 wives. Before you say all those kind of things about yourself, say what you can. Hey, I'm a plumber, I'm a shoemaker, I can do this, I can do the other, I can do the other. And by the way, I noticed you do this. I noticed you get what I'm saying. So in that case regard, then they start asking you personal questions like, do you have a family? Yes, I do. Yes, I did this. By the way, are you a qualified? Because he asked me, hey, where are you getting that good English? Where are you from? Because he actually told me I didn't even went to university, and I told him, yeah, I'm a graduate, I did this. So answer those personal questions if they ask you as you move along the way. And that way, you might get yourself a very good gig and progress to the next level. Anyway, I bet that was more of social life than it is on financially, but it will help you a lot whenever you in a situation whereby you feel like, hey, guess what, time is actually running out. Anyway, that's the case. Anyway, guys, don't forget this. Like the video, comment down below, tell me what you think, and don't forget, you can always pick my number from the description of this specific video. Let's have a conversation, and don't forget, I got my booklets about investments. A copy goes for only $280. For now, it's a goodbye. See you in the next one.